Hey guys, this is Wildcat Chris Harris, TNA original and one half of six-time TNA World Tag Team Champions, America's Most Wanted. You are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 331 of the TNA Across the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. and with me as always is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, we are at the Go Home show before Turning Point. And last week's episode was the Turkey Bowl, which I had been dreading. It was shockingly not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. In Dallas, of course, you're just excited for anything TNA. So, Dallas, how are we feeling with one episode left before Turning Point, which is going to feature the reunion, I guess, of sorts, of the Outsiders competing on pay-per-view?
Okay, first off, the Turkey Bowl was wicked fun. That was such a fun episode of Impact. I'm still riding the high, and we are even recording on a different day. Sometimes we go back to back, and it's just as funny that I'm so excited still. No, it's a different day. I've been thinking about the Turkey Bowl all day and how fun of an episode that was. But now we're on the Go Home show. This is a very quick turnaround between pay-per-views. I'm excited to get through this episode just so we can get to the pay-per-view. And I'm hoping, since it's been a quick turnaround, this episode will be full of total nonstop action. Because that's what they're supposed to be. But I hope this one specifically will be. But
TNA.
That's right. Well, let's just kind of get chatting here. Let's do a quick rundown of the card from the Turkey Bowl episode. Besides the matches that we're going to say, pretty much every other segment was the family dinner that they were doing. Kurt Angle at the head of the table, and most of the TNA roster came and had dinner, and then it ended in a giant food fight before Kurt ended up going to the ring, and then there's a whole thing going out there. But besides that, there was kind of a tournament, right? Turkey Bowl's a tournament. I mean, we saw we saw 5 triple threat matches. 3 were semifinals. There was a knockouts match, and then the finals of the Turkey Bowl. So let's get to it. Chris Sabin defeated Brother Devon and Abyss in the first round of the Turkey Bowl. Then Samoa Joe defeated Johnny Devine. Yes, he's back as Johnny Devine, not Havoc any longer. And Kip James in another first round match. And then finally, one half of the TNA Tag Team Champions, AJ Styles defeated Christian Cage and Jay Lethal in the last first round match. Now, it's important to note, Styles tried to give the pin to Christian Cage while covering Lethal, but couldn't get his attention quick enough and accidentally won the match. So, pretty interesting finish for that one, I thought. I thought that was pretty unique. After that, ODB defeated Angelina Love and Velvet Sky in a 3-way match. And yes, you heard that correctly. Talia Madison, Angel Williams, no longer. It's Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. And then finally, the finals of the Turkey Bowl. Samoa Joe defeated AJ Styles and Chris Sabin to win the Turkey Bowl and $25,000 and a weird belt buckle that I couldn't really tell what it was. And he pinned AJ Styles, so he had to put on the turkey suit.
Ugh.
It was lots of fun. It really, really was. And I'm using WrestlingRecaps.com right now. Shout out to Bob's website. And Bob, when he was reviewing these, gave star ratings. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but I happened to see that for the Knockouts one, he said it's a forgettable match, but he does like ODB. And he pretty much said that same exact thing while we were watching it. So,
Well, it's true.
Also, a fun fact, we mentioned it during the show, but I'm going to say it again for funsies. The Turkey Bowl the women's match and the 3 opening matches were taped before what we're about to watch right here today, while the finals were taped at the end of the taping that started us off on this cycle as we headed to Turning Point. So kind of weird order of filming, but I kind of think they were purposely trying to keep people in the arena for some reason. So, whatever. Okay. Well, that all being said, I got ratings news for you. And remember, this aired on Thanksgiving night. So, the ratings should be a fairly interesting number here. So, TNA Impact on November 22nd, it did a 0.99 rating, Bob. That's 1.4 million viewers, which Dave even says is phenomenal for holding up that well over Thanksgiving night. It beat The Ultimate Fighter, and Thanksgiving Eve is a whole lot better night to draw ratings than Thanksgiving night. So I'm assuming that was the day before. Thanksgiving was usually the lowest rating episode every year for WWE SmackDown when it was a Thursday show. Historically, TNA holds up far better than WWE or UFC when it comes to major football games or major holidays. So, a pretty solid number there. So, I thought that was kind of fun to see.
Yeah, because they're saying it's good for a holiday number as well.
Yeah. I mean, TNA, they're saying how it holds up better than UFC and WWE on these kind of days. So,
I wonder, what was the date of that? It was the 22nd, right?
Yeah.
22nd, 7. I'm wondering if, I wonder if there was football. If they had Thursday night football yet.
I feel like don't they always do it on Thanksgiving?
Oh shit! Yeah, right. Okay,
isn't that the point? That's the whole Turkey Bowl gimmick.
That's right. So our show is typically what is it 9? It's 9 to 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there were 3 games that played on Thanksgiving, and that's so funny that you were like, "Don't they have
3 of them?"
Yeah. So like, I didn't even put it together in my brain that like, of course, it's Thanksgiving. There's going to be 3 games. I think for a stretch there wasn't a Thursday, like that was the only time on a Thursday that would play was Thanksgiving. But now every week on a Thursday there's a football game. So I was just like trying to clear, like in my head, make sense of it. So not that these first 2 matter, but there was the Packers and Lions at 12:30, which the Packers won 37-26. At 4:15 there was the Jets at the Cowboys, which the Cowboys won 34-3. And then at 8:15, which was on the NFL Network. The previous 2 were on Fox and CBS, respectively. NFL Network here, the Colts defeated the Atlanta Falcons 31-13, and that game started at 8:15 p.m. So that would have been essentially the competition for Impact, potentially.
Well, I'd say good for them. I mean, that is barely a drop in ratings for a holiday and when you have competition like that. So I think it's pretty solid. Let me see. I do have quarters, although, I mean, I can tell you them, but I feel like this is tough to understand because the quarters are from Alvarez, but he actually kind of breaks down some of the other stuff. So it did a 0.75 in males 18-49, a 0.56 in persons 18-49, and a 0.55 in males 18-34. And yeah, we already said the viewers. And so here's the quarters in order. I mean, I don't think this is going to really help much since our show is an hour and a half, but it's a 0.91 is how it started. Then it was 0.91, 0.93, 1.1, 1.1, 1.0, 1.0, and then it ended with a 1.0 as well. So pretty solid. Didn't really lose any. I mean, you small drop, probably mid-show there, but I mean, that's pretty good. It's probably when everyone had to get up and get their pie, at 10:30.
Right.
Anyway, one other final note I wanted to mention here before we get into today's show, and then actually, there's something else. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling after this one. but then we have some that we'll talk about during the show as well. I kind of teased this last week. I had a note about Booker T. So he had this press conference on November 27th, which is, I believe, 2 days before the show we're about to watch. And this press conference focused mainly on his leaving WWE. Now, I did these a few days ago. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and I think it talks a little bit about his whole release situation. But let's just get to it, and we can kind of chit chat a little bit about him leaving and all that. But he said WWE not taking PWA as a developmental territory had nothing to do with him leaving. He said the straw that broke the camel's back was the 60-day suspension. Now, he claimed that he was a scapegoat, theorizing that the company needed a big name to suspend and that he never ordered anything with a credit card on the internet. He had no explanation as to why his name would have come up in the investigation. He said he was suspended. He knew it was time to leave because he felt the company should have protected him. So there must have been some internal investigation, some controversy here, and he thinks that he was punished for something he didn't do. So Dave says...
By the sounds of it, and I don't mean to interrupt, but by the sounds of it, he's saying an investigation, he didn't order anything. That makes it sound like something to do with potentially steroids, and that he was on some kind of report.
So it might be, and here, I'm going to get into this next part, and this might kind of explain it a little bit more. Dave says, from my understanding of the situation, the name Robert Huffman was presented to WWE by federal authorities as a name that came up in the investigation as someone who ordered by signature, which is why he was suspended. So from what Dave understands, the reason his name wasn't mentioned in the Sports Illustrated article, so you're probably correct, Bob, it was in the New York Daily News, was because they couldn't cross-reference his name and his home address for the double confirmation that Sports Illustrated was looking for when its writers wrote their article. Plus, Sports Illustrated had plenty of names and direct evidence of what was being sent without having to use his name. Booker was asked about loopholes in the policy, and he noted he wanted clarification regarding the policy early on, and called up Dr. Black and said he never got a return call. It should be noted that he had been talking with TNA for months before the suspension as his contract was running out. So while those in TNA kept it quiet the entire time, they were very hopeful, if not confident, from the summer that he would be coming. And I believe we actually talked about it late in the summer there as well, so no surprise there. The entire time they were pursuing him and Jericho, it was always Booker as the one that they felt was coming. And then once Jericho went on Larry King, even though they talked after that point, the feeling was he was with WWE. Within WWE, the word was Jericho was coming on Cyber Sunday dating months back. Booker said that it was his goal for PWA to be a developmental territory for TNA and even bring some of their current wrestlers there for him to coach them on psychology. And he kind of goes into what he wants to do when he retires and all this kind of stuff. But an interesting note at the end of this, he was asked if he was open to the idea of reuniting Harlem Heat and TNA. He did the "you never say never" response. So will we see Stevie Ray and Booker reunite in TNA? Well, time will tell.
Never say never. Okay, so I searched this a little bit, and that's what I was kind of sounding.
Okay.
So in August, he was linked to Signature Pharmacy. I don't know if you had mentioned that specifically.
No, not specifically but that makes sense because they said they had signature, like he had to have a signature of some kind, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's a company that is thought to be distributing performance-enhancing drugs. And as a result, he was suspended for WWE for violating its wellness policy. But that sounds like he didn't fail a drug test.
That's what I think is kind of interesting about this, right?
So I'm not sure how because you're linked to it, but you've never failed a drug test, will equate to that.
Yeah, I think it was a different time with all of this going on, and I think that's where it kind of ended up probably biting him a little bit. But, well, yay, things happen, and you know what? Not to speak too much in the future. I think it's going to be interesting to see Booker's time here in TNA play out. I mean, I feel like Christian has been here not longer than I thought, but sort of longer than I thought.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how Booker T's time here plays out, essentially, is what I'm getting at. And I don't know if it's going to be a similar situation. I certainly know there's a point where he's not here. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. He's here now. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I'll tell you one more note, Bob, because I was teasing it a lot last week, and then after this one, we'll get right into the show. But remember during the main event of the Turkey Bowl, I said, "Hey, Bob, do you think there's been a lot of commercials?"
I do remember that.
And then you were like, "No, not really." And then all of a sudden, there's a commercial every 2 minutes. It felt like.
Yeah, it's like every 2.5 or 3 minutes. In the main event alone, there was like I think 2 or 3 commercials, which like never happens.
Yeah, so one of the reasons there appear to be so many commercial breaks on Impact for the past 2 weeks. Now, I don't know if I noticed it the week before as much, but I definitely noticed it during our last episode. Well, the reason that there seemingly has been so many is because there were. TNA made the call to go from a 9-segment show to an 11-segment show, which would slightly shorten the commercial breaks by about 22%, as well as shorten segments by 22%. Now, this is because they felt the 4-minute breaks were too long, so the breaks will be more along the lines of 3 to 3.5 minutes. Dave says, "To me, I'm against the change because the 4 breaks instead of 3 during the main event on Impact this past week and shorter time in between breaks really hurt getting to what a great match live was." So it was breaking up that main event significantly more than we probably generally would have. But it's kind of interesting. Not something I would have really probably paid too much attention to until I read this note, and then I had to teach you about it, and then all of a sudden there was 17 commercial breaks. But
so now from 9 segments to 11 segments, that can't. They have more than like 11 or yeah, they have more than like 9 segments.
So I think that's just quote segments of how the show is broken up with their commercial breaks. Versus
okay.
Versus match backstage interview, like that kind of stuff. It's more like, hey, segment 1 and 2 might be our opening match, but it goes to a commercial in the middle of it, and part of segment 2 might be a backstage interview, and you know what I mean. So I think
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So they went from 9 to 11. Yep.
So, and if it's funny because we're not going to notice commercial breaks being shortened because we're watching in the future that we don't have commercials on what we're watching. So from a 4-minute commercial break to a 3.5 minute break, since it shortened those, we had to add more of them.
Okay, I gotcha.
Trying to get back to that action faster.
Right. I'm wondering if you do 9 to 11, I feel like you're having more commercials. I mean, by default, you would.
Yes, you're having more commercials, but they're shorter.
I feel like I would rather have less but longer.
I would absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's the funny part of this.
Right. So this feels like they're just trying to get. I don't know how the ad revenue works for them with Spike, but it looks like they're just trying to maybe get more of that.
It could be that. Yeah, could be. Yeah. I don't know. Very interesting, but nonetheless, apparently we got more commercial breaks to look forward to, at least temporarily. I don't know how long this lasts or anything like that, but who knows? Well, Bob, like I said, that's all I have here before the show kicks off. I am looking forward to this one, our go-home episode, and we have some stuff, like I said, that we will talk about during the show as well, some quick hits.
All right, well, let's get into the November 29th, 2007 edition of TNA Impact, the go-home show before Turning Point. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or if you have your own personal collection, that's going to do the trick as well. Our version is 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 59 seconds. I'm going to count down from 3, and when I say play, that is when the show will begin. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, yeah, here we go. TNA. We are wrestling. Previously on Impact. Now, Bob, I am very sad to say cage match is still down for me. So if I say notes out of order of when people appear on the screen, if they are related to people, I'll apologize in advance. Normally I try to line things up with who we see, but if I can't see the card, I can't really help with that.
I can see it with my card. Cage match is still down for you?
Yeah, I
Man.
just try to refresh. It's not opening. Now we're seeing the highlights here from the last show, and
The cage match is working for me.
Coalition Alliance Summit. Is that what you just said, or did I misread? Hang on. Yep. So this is an interesting thing. They've done these titles more than once now. It's almost like we're labeling the TV shows. Oh, JB just opened the door, and Robert Roode and Christian Cage are speaking in the back. I think that was something we just mentioned last week, Bob, that they might be pairing these guys up for this Christian Coalition versus Angle Alliance.
Which I don't think that Roode is likable.
Well, that's assuming that we're turning the Christian babyface, right?
Yeah.
The thing with Kurt Angle is he's been doing all this bad shit, right? We've been seeing it, a lot of it. but there's those moments that make you still like him. The comedy and even some of the stuff that he was doing with Joe, obviously that's a year ago now, but or close to it, you know what I mean? Where they kept flip-flopping, but the fans would keep getting behind him. So they could easily flip the Angle Alliance babyface if they wanted to.
I don't know if I agree with that. Just because I mean, I think Kurt is a unique guy, similar to Christian, where I think people would cheer for him. But with the context of everything that he's been doing on TV just in the last couple of weeks,
right.
That's a tough shift.
It is. But unless what we could be doing, maybe we're mixing the teams. AJ Styles is arguably a babyface.
I would agree with that.
Tomko is not. Kurt Angle is not. Christian could be. Robert Roode might not be. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe we have a mix, but these people are aligned on their respective sides. I don't know. Oh, he just said it. He just said the thing. He's got to find out that it pays to be rude. Oh.
So, now that you bring that up, I'm wondering if if they do like a switch where Roode ends up with the Alliance, because he's more of like a serious guy, and Kurt has like comedic tendencies sometimes, and obviously Tomko's straight laced. Sometimes he'll deliver a dry humor line, but if you were to do Angle, Tomko, Roode, and then Cage, Styles, and like somebody else, even if you wanted to, Eric Young would tie in perfectly with that, with Roode and stuff.
Yeah. I could see a switch.
KAZ,
I like that idea.
KAZ would be another good one.
Yes, that's right. Tonight, Bob Booker T explains why he came to TNA, and we have an 8-man tag team war. Tomko, Styles, Kurt. Well, I'm losing track of the names. They're saying them so fast. Abyss, Kaz, Kurt. Bob, do you know what the match they just said was? Do you have it in front of you? They just said so many names so fast I couldn't keep up.
Yep, hang on 1 minute. This is... Well, wait, this is not... Oh, for tonight. Okay, I was going to say, that's not happening right now.
No, Booker T is coming out with show now.
Okay, so there's two... So there's an 8-man tag tonight, which I think is what they referenced. And it's going to see AJ Styles, Christian Cage, Kurt Angle, and Tomko battling the team of Abyss, KEZ, Samoa Joe, and Scott Steiner.
Yes, that's it. There we go. Okay, I want to point something out very weird right now. Booker T and Sharmell are coming out. Okay. Look at Booker T's shirt. When he gets the ring, look at this. His shirt is untucked, unbuttoned. The sleeves are rolled up slightly. I don't think he fixed himself after they just did that segment from the first episode we watched where him and Christian got into a fight.
What happened?
Look at his shirt. I don't think he fixed his shirt after he got in a brawl with Christian. It's unbuttoned and untucked, and he looks like a mess.
Oh.
Look at him.
He was so mad for a whole week that he never fixed his shirt.
Oh. He might here to say a few things, he says. Before he starts on this journey. This journey called TNA. That's right, baby. I'm going to look at pictures from our... Oh, I didn't put... It's not posted yet as of our recording here. Did he just tell us to go to BookerT.com? Oh, we're name dropping WWE.
Why
Everyone
I left
wants
the
to know why.
WWE? Well, I know
Uh-huh.
why. Because of the signature, whatever it was called. And so maybe you shouldn't be taking steroids, even though you didn't fail a drug test, buddy.
Oh, so when the book comes out, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so he's promoting a book that's not out yet. Okay, but tonight we're talking about why he's here in TNA. So we're skipping over the controversies. Hey, buy my book when it comes out, but I'm going to tell you why I'm here in TNA at least. Because it's the biggest thing going. He's here to test his wits and his skills against some of the best young competitors here today. He's going to take TNA to the highest level. Here to make TNA the best damn wrestling organization in the world. Booker T. Booker T. He's here to finish what he started 18 years ago. Hey, this show's coming out 18 years later. Look at this. Oh, TNA World Title? He wants it right around his 32-inch waistline. Oh. Make him bow down to pay his son. Get some, want some. He just keeps saying the same thing over again. Your ass better be big enough to take some.
He's making this sound like it was, he probably feels like it was injustice. But he's also making it sound like everybody knows about it, and I feel like they don't.
I would have to assume they probably don't, but hey, look at this. Robert Roode and Ms. Brooks is out here to interrupt him. I'll also add, though, I think most people who jump ship for a significant amount of time feel that they were unjust when they left, so I think it's definitely fitting. See, okay. He's like, I'm Robert Roode, and Booker T immediately says, who? Which is an interesting point because Rikishi, we were talking about it, or sorry, Junior Fatu, we were talking about last week a little bit about how he was so disliked and stuff. One of the reasons was how bad he made Robert Roode seem during that weird backstage interview. And Booker T just did something very similar right to the live crowd. Not nearly as bad, by the way, but crowd is chanting, "Shut the hell up" to Robert Roode. Oh, I said shut up, and that includes you. Oh, Sharmell doesn't like this. She's going to fight Ms. Brooks, who, by the way, probably doesn't even want to be out there with Roode. Don't take this out on Tracy. You are not going to push Robert Roode down that ladder, Booker T. Oh, he's got an idea. Oh, prove yourself to me tonight.
Oh, they did say he was going to wrestle tonight.
They did say that.
I forgot about that. First, it was like he's going to talk, and then like, oh, by the way, it's his in-ring debut. Or singles in-ring debut.
Why don't I leave my skank in the back, and you leave your skank in the back? Okay, so the difference here is Sharmella's Booker's wife. So he's just calling Booker T's wife a skank, and then he's calling his... see, Booker T's saying that right now. That's my wife, man. You can call her whatever you want. You're to Tracy. That's his PR and marketing firm. Why don't you try it, punk? Oh, your little tramp won't let you fight. So he's really spitting everything out. And Booker T's getting out of the ring here. Heading toward Robert Roode. Oh, security stopped him, though. You want some of this here? Are we going to see it? Are we going to see Booker T against Robert Roode here tonight? Well, they're sounding like it's official. What a way to kick off Thursday Night Impact. How do you feel about that, Bob? Are you excited?
I think Roode has been entertaining me more as a singles guy, especially after the Eric Young stuff. And I think we've shifted away from that. If this is a one-off in terms of like Booker just beats him here and then they don't do anything, it's an interesting choice to do like Roode, because I feel as if maybe I would have just done like James Storm.
I see what you mean.
But if there's going to be substance to it, I don't necessarily hate this.
We are back from commercial with the Rock N Rave Infection, and Christy is talking about how mad she is about something. Man hit a woman. Oh, because LAX's mystery person attacked her. But she is in mixed tag team action with Jimmy against Gail Kim and Eric Young later tonight. Jimmy, you are not going to mess up this match later tonight. Look how pissed Lance Hoyt looks. Don't mess it up.
We're going Jimmy right Rave. Right? I'm so accustomed to Jimmy Rave being the Prince of Ghana in Ring of Honor that seeing him in this, I don't even know what you would call it. Normal? Like normal American? It's kind of weird. But you have never seen his stuff in Ring of Honor, right?
I've never seen it. I was just gonna say, yeah, like, to me, this is still not the Jimmy Rave that I'm even used to. Technically, I mean, we're not there just yet, but
yeah.
Eric Young just came out, and I've never seen him more scared of the pyro. Even the cameraman fell and tipped over. And he's wearing the World Beer Drinking Championship, which is that toy WWE spinner belt with a beer bottle on it. And here comes his partner, Gail Kim, the Knockouts champion. And she is officially fighting Kong at Turning Point. Here come the Rock N Rave Infection. Christy's like, don't mess this up. Remember, they got it. 2 weeks ago, dude, they got a huge win over LAX. And then she was attacked by a mystery person that she's claiming is a male with that slapjack.
No way.
That is what she's saying. And men on women violence will not be tolerated here on Spike TV, as Mike Tenay just said. So she is trying to get that figured out. And Christy immediately going after Gail.
That is so blatantly a woman. That is.
I don't know. Could be a little man. Gail blocking some punches, grabs the arm of Christy, trying to push her to the floor.
Speaking of Gail Kim here in 2025, I see that she's going to a Game Changer Wrestling like fan fest or something like that. And then Brett Lauderdale was like, I hope you stay at the fan fest.
Well, yeah, there's some drama behind that, apparently. Apparently, an outside vendor booked her.
I'm thinking it's a work.
Really?
At this point. Like, she might show up or something.
And fight in a death match?
Well, no. I don't think she's going to get, like, physically involved.
Oh. Well, she's, like, retired, I think. Like, she doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. If she wasn't retired, I think she would have done something with AEW by now.
Well, I think actually she posted online that Tony Khan like tried to get her to. It was like, you sure you're retired? You want to wrestle? And I don't blame him. So Eric Young going after Jimmy Rave here. Tilt-a-whirl. Oh, right into an armbar by Jimmy Rave. I will say, it does kind of disappoint me that I haven't seen some of Jimmy Rave's best work in Ring of Honor. I feel like I need to see that, because I feel like he's a solid worker from his stuff in TNA. I don't have nothing against him.
Yeah, his from the best, and I think I've talked about it before on here, even when he like first arrived many years ago, was like his 2005, 2006 Ring of Honor is pretty memorable. I mean, they would throw like toilet paper at him. I think he might have been the first guy that happened to, the whole toilet paper thing.
Huh.
His feud with CM Punk is pretty good. And then there's AJ Styles as well. Later on, there's I think there's a series of matches with Nigel McGuinness. That might have been even earlier in 2007 that he had those with. But yeah, there's I feel like that era of Ring of Honor, for whatever reason, doesn't really get the love.
Oh, look at this. Hoyt gets in the ring. He Eric Young tossed him out very quickly and then did a little discus punch to Jimmy Rave. Clothesline, sorry. Tags in Gail Kim, so Christy gets put in. She's going after Hemi. Right, and whipped in the corner. Shoulder block. Is she going to hit? Nope. Gail Kim counter. Another midsection hit. Going up to the top rope. But Jimmy Rave is in the way here. Hurricane Rana. Look at that. That was beautiful. Gal, the master of the Hurricane Rana. Oh, quick roll up by Gal on Christy Hemme. I did not expect that one. That was fast. Oh, here comes James Storm. Gal, get out of the ring. Eric Young, stay right there. He just said, you stay right there, you little Oompa Loompa. Uh-oh, is this about the drinking contest? Oh. Right now, Bob, it's time for the second annual World Drinking Championship.
I feel like usually they wait longer than like a month for that.
Oh my god, they're setting up a table for it. Chairs and everything. Who can drink the most beers in 60 seconds? Oh my god, they're setting up.
And we're going to commercial. And I wonder if that ties into the whole segment thing.
There you go. So now we're on segment 3, I think. Okay, Rudy Charles is in the ring. Bob, this is an official thing. Who drinks the most beer in 60 seconds will be declared the champion. Minute is up on the clock. Eric Young says he's ready. 3, 2, 1, drink some beer. Oh, okay. I didn't know we were getting a drinking contest here on Impact. Dunless says, do not try this at home unless first you are over 21.
Okay, Eric isn't even drinking the whole beer. He just drank like half of it and then tossed it.
Look, he's already drunk. This is the best officiating we've ever seen from Rudy Charles, Mike Tenay just said.
That's hilarious.
Well, Eric Young probably knows that if I chug 7 beers right now, I'm going to throw up in the ring. Oh, they're saying Eric Young has done it.
I don't know, man. I mean, he technically wasn't drinking the whole stuff.
Well, look at the puddle under Eric Young. Oh my god, the puddle is huge. That is funny.
Oh.
Crack the beer bottle on Eric Young.
So much for like friendly competition.
Bob, he's oh my god, he's bleeding like really bad.
That's not beer.
Oh my god, he's got a chair. Oh, unprotected chair shot to the head.
You don't think that was like a real glass bottle, do you? I mean, he got slight. I mean,
holy crap, he's pouring blood. Oh my god.
God, it's literally
like a faucet. God, dude. Oh.
I'm thinking that might have been like a legit bottle. Just the way that it broke, because usually when they use like the sugar glass or whatever, it's more like exploded.
Ooh. Eye of the Storm right in the center of the ring to oh god. Oh my god, dude. It is so gross. I am the world drinking champion. Sorry about your damn luck, Eric Young. Now, this is the really interesting is, as Tenay is saying, the fun and games have turned deadly serious. Because he's been doing these goofy segments for a little while, and now all of a sudden we got the James Storm that we had just before this started back. And he turned his back on Eric Young. They were buddies for a little while, but no more. We were backstage with AJ Styles and Tomko. And Styles says, as team captain, we will all get along tonight. We'll all be working as a unit tonight. Don't worry. No problems, no worries. We're like a family. Guess what, John boy? Kurt and Christian hate each other, Tomko says. Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, back together. She's naming all these people back together, dude. In 2007, we're dating ourselves here. Too much TMZ, he says. We're going to commercial, but Bob, I just realized since Cage Match is down, I was not able to tell you about Explosion. I don't know when this one airs, but I can at least tell you the match that happened at the taping because it was taped at the same day. So I'm going to tell you. Kip and BG James and Roxy Laveau defeated Chris Harris, Shark Boy, and Angelina Love. That was taped just after the Divine versus Petey Williams Explosion match that we mentioned on our last week's show, which was at the end of the taping we are watching right now. TNA Wrestling presents Turning Point. Yes, Booker T's Impact debut tonight.
I was getting all excited with my hand up, but it said still to come. I thought I said up next.
Feast or Fired.
Feast or Fired.
Okay, so we're 15 competitors. We're showing Sanjay Dutt. There's Christopher Daniels. Who else are we going to show? Scott Steiner. Shark Boy. Kip and BG James. That's all we know about that match. And look at this tables match. Team 3D and Johnny Devine against the Black Machismo Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. And of course, the match of 10,000 tacks. It's the Monster Abyss and Rhino against Black Rain and Rellik. That's killer spelled backwards. And TNA, although TNA Women's Knockout Championship, Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim. And the main event, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Samoa Joe against AJ Styles, Tomko, and Kurt Angle.
I mean, that's not a horrible looking card.
No, absolutely not. Speaking of a bunch of those people that we just saw, I'm going to tell you a note. We mentioned last week that Judas Messias will be coming back soon. Well, guess what, Bob? He was at the last set of TV here that we're watching, filming some vignettes, and he is booked for a singles match with Abyss on the January 6th pay-per-view. So he may appear on the TV leading to it, or at least the vignettes will. So we'll see how that all goes down. And I guess speaking of pay-per-views, the early February pay-per-view show will be from the Bilo Center in Greensville, South Carolina. The building won't allow TNA to publicly announce until after the November 25th WWE House Show in the arena. So we can't even announce that that's happening until that show is done, which, hey, look at that. We're at the end of November already, so we can announce it now.
We're getting a video package right now highlighting Johnny Devine essentially turning on the X Division and associating with Team 3D in their quest to eliminate the X Division. And by doing so, they are parading around the X Division Championship. Now, I don't know about you, Dallas, but if I were to hate something, I'm not going to steal it and then parade it around as if it's my own.
It's to prove a point. It's to send a message. Free your mind. Free your mind. Sanjay Dutt is coming out right now. This is a big boy street fight match. Is that what they just said?
Street fight?
A big boy street fight.
Big boy street fight.
I think that's what he
Oh,
said.
it is. Yeah, it is a street fight.
Oh,
But yeah, you're right.
Sanjay
It's a big boy street fight. I guess it's not an X Division little boy street fight.
Oh, oh god.
That's got to be
Wow.
what they're referencing. Yeah.
Well, it's Black Machismo and Sanjay Dutt out here right now. We'll see who the opponents are momentarily. Now, Lethal is the X Division champion. He does not have the title at the moment because Team 3D stole it. I bet Sanjay Dutt has those giant like vase things that smoke for his entrance for some reason.
Are those there the entire time?
Only for his entrance. They were there for Lethal right there because he came out on the same side, but now they'll be gone.
Right.
Okay, so they're announcing Team 3D, but there's no Team 3D. Instead, there's just Johnny Devine with the X Division title around his shoulder. Ah, because Team 3D's behind him. How sneaky. Well, we're seeing a little preview of the match at Turning Point. I kind of feel like if I was going to do this, I wouldn't put Lethal in this match. I feel like I would have had it so it's like Team 3D against like Dutt and like Shark Boy or something like that. Another X Division star, so that they could be like, see, told you we could beat down the X Division.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Lethal, I think, is at a level above being just used as like a filler.
It's like storyline bait right now.
Right. But I wonder if they did that because they've teamed before. So it's like,
well,
credibility part.
You're right. You're right.
Because
I feel like this is going to make.
You wouldn't do like the machine guns, obviously.
No.
Because of what's going on.
I think you're probably right. I just think this makes Lethal look very weak heading into the pay-per-view.
But you know what's really crazy? And if we kind of look at in a hindsight manner or whatever, they have capitalized zero on the fact that he pinned Kurt Angle on pay-per-view.
Absolutely. They never capitalized on it.
Never, not one time.
And guess what? If he steals his title back from Team 3D and gets potentially a pin on one of the biggest tag teams ever, it's not going to matter.
Right.
No, the Kurt Angle one is big, though. It's all because they sent him out and got thrown out of the ring by Samoa Joe.
Like an hour after he did it.
That's why. Look at this. Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt setting up a table.
I wonder if not capitalizing on that kind of infuriated Kurt Angle, because if he would think like, I tried to elevate this guy, and in the night it seemed like I did, and you guys did nothing to advance that.
I mean, it's got to make him a little mad, right? Lethal jumping off the bleachers, crossbody, takes out Devon. They're in the crowd right now. Holy shit, what a springboard crossbody by Sanjay Dutt. Also into the crowd, takes out Brother Ray. That was a big one. This, Bob, is total nonstop action. This is what we come to this show for.
Yeah,
we're going to commercial.
We come here for the commercial breaks, but they're shorter. But there's more of them.
Allegedly.
Total nonstop ads is what it's going to be fucking changed to.
Oof. Okay, so it looks like a lot happened during commercial break because there's weapons scattered in the ring.
Well, just imagine what we would have missed if there was an additional 30 seconds.
I know. Or minute, depending how long the break was.
Right.
I do kind of find it funny that on a show that is taped, they still cut out that 3 minutes.
That's always been weird to me.
It's very weird. I mean, I guess it makes you believe that the action has still been going on, though.
Right, but you know what's really funny is on the WCW like syndication shows in the early 90s, and more specifically like 1992 that I'm currently watching. Holy shit.
Well, he
Sanjay
just did
Dutt
a somersault.
he did a coast to coast, but with a somersault.
In a trash can, and Devon was hung in the tree of woe.
We're getting this on Impact. This is great. Anyway, this is kind of nuts.
Wow.
What was I jibber jabbering about?
Commercial breaks, main event in 92.
Oh, so.
Oh my god! Wait.
No.
Divine just knocked the Lethal off the top rope with the kendo stick, and he fell through the table that was set up.
Oh boy!
And look at this, 3D to Sanjay Dutt, and of course that's got to be it. And that's it, a 3. Wow. Okay.
Okay. So what I was going to reference is like how you're saying in the commercial breaks, it gives off the illusion that the action's continuing. So like on those syndication shows, when they go to commercial, they come back and you can explicitly tell that they've cut nothing because they are still in the same hold. Or like if the guy's Irish whipping him into the ropes, like he's finishing the Irish whip into the ropes.
See, but is that weird? Do you think when you're watching those shows?
I would say as a viewer, maybe a little bit, but oftentimes like Jim Ross or somebody would be like, "Oh, this was taped for this was taped a few weeks ago or something." So when you're watching it, then you would know, like, I guess this is a tape, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, well, that's kind of weird too. But Brother Ray's whipping Jay Lethal with nunchucks. Oh, who's this? Oh, the Machine Guns chasing out Johnny Devine and Brother Devon. Six-man tables match. Get ready. So earlier, AJ Styles proposed that summit. It sounds like we're about to go to the back to see that. We go back to Styles jumping. Please, Kurt, please. Please don't talk to Christian like that. Deal with it when we get out there. Do you know who we're wrestling? Samoa Joe, Abyss, Scott Steiner, Kaz. You're with the Angle Alliance now. There's nothing to talk about.
Tomko looks like he just doesn't care, and I'm wondering if he'll even split off for his own group.
Oh, you think Tomko would do his own thing?
Well, I feel like he didn't really care about Christian bossing around. And then fucking Kurt, he's just like, whatever.
Well, Kurt just told Karen she's going to talk to Christian, and she's like, I am not doing that. Well, think about it this way, Bob. We could have the Christian Coalition, the Angle Alliance, and the Tomko Trio. And there you go. You have 3 teams ready to go.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit. Rhino's taking on Rellik next. And we're back from commercial. It's been a long 3.5 minutes.
This feels substantially stronger go-home show than we've ever had.
There's a lot going on.
We have Booker and Roode. We just had a street fight that was good. And then we have an 8-man tag with like all the main eventers.
10,000 tax. We're getting a video here hyping up the 10,000 tax match. Now, I will be trying to count every single tack during the match. We will see how that goes. Tune in to our Turning Point episode that releases, by the way, in 3 days. Hey, Rellik is coming out, Bob, and it's all bloody on the screen, and he looks creepy. And did you know that Rellik is Killer spelled backwards?
So right now we have that bit going on. We have the KEZ going on.
They stopped that one, though.
I know, but I'm keeping it going.
Yeah, we got to keep it going, but
Yeah, keep it going.
I'm waiting for Tanae to say the killer thing again. I like how Rellik wears a mask, but then comes out with a separate mask on.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I've seen that before, where somebody will take off a mask and then it's just an equally big mask underneath, and it's like you've accomplished nothing with that.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point? I can't think of an like who exactly, but I
Well,
remember
and
seeing that.
not for nothing, Rellik kind of does have a cool look.
I agree with that.
I think he hit visually. He looks very cool.
The
I think
only thing I would maybe change is like the Spartan type of tights thing.
I agree with that. I think the worst part, to be honest with you, is the fact he's wearing shorts underneath. They ain't the little bikers. Those are mid-thigh shorts, and I think they look kind of goofy.
Well, yeah. Well, you would rather him just be free balling it.
A free ball for sure, but I mean, bare minimum, put normal little wrestling tights on. That's what Raven would wear under his skirt.
Right, Raven, exactly. It almost feels like he's trying to be this demonic character, but that also has like an athletic background.
I see what you mean.
It's like, okay, dude, we get it. You play football.
I'm scary, but I'm athletic.
Right.
Okay, they're saying, hey, you should check out that match from Genesis, the Shop of Horrors. That'll get you in the right mind for the match of 10,000 Tacks. Going for the gore? Ah, he moved. Rhino went right into the middle turnbuckle here as a spinebuster gets hit from Rellik. Wow, he's angry.
On a bad spinebuster. I feel like Rellik has to kind of go over here.
Yeah, yes, he absolutely needs to go over. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a no contest with Rain and Abyss coming out, though. But why do you need to protect either guy? I think just have Rellik win.
Yeah, but it is TNA, and they do stuff like that.
Also, even if one of these guys takes a pin, the match is to slam your opponent in thumbtacks, so it doesn't really matter if someone gets pinned before it.
Wait a minute. That's not what this is.
No.
Oh.
The match at the pay-per-view. I'm saying if Rhino gets pinned here, it doesn't really matter.
Right. Okay. I thought like this was like a preview of the
and they did the same match.
I was like, no way. What are we talking? I was like, did I miss that?
They've done that before though too. So
right.
Rellik keeps working the legs of Rhino to keep him down and then runs with a boot to his face. Where's Rhino going? Well, that was weird. He just bailed to the floor and he's holding his arm. Was that just a stiff kick so Rhino got mad? I don't know. The way he just got out of the ring was very weird. Well, he got a 2 count on the War Machine Rhino. Nope. We got Rhino locked in a submission move here.
I don't know if I envisioned Rellik being the type of guy to put a Cobra clutch on.
Why? He looks like a submission wrestler in every way.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. That's just. I mean, I'm literally just nitpicking at that point. But Spinebuster by Rhino. He's in the corner. He's ready for the gore. Oh no.
And that's a 3 count. Rhino gets a win over Rellik. So I think Rellik, he's got no standing. I mean, you can't win this match and push this big monster guy. And here's Black Rain.
I kind of think that might tell us something with how they see the Rellik character.
Absolutely. And Black Rain is beating down on Rhino in the corner, and Abyss's music is playing. And here comes the monster with a bag in his hand. I'm assuming of thumbtacks.
You know what? Do you think? Do you think that if Judas Messias is close to returning potentially, that would impact any type of focus on Rellik?
Relic and Black Green, honestly.
Well, I think Black Ray might be okay just because it's Dustin.
That's fair. If you notice, though, since Relic has come into the picture, I know it's only been a few weeks, we've slightly pulled back on that Jim Mitchell being in his corner kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to be intentional. There's the thumbtacks laying them out in the ring. Thousands of them. Well, we're going to the back again where JB, Styles, and Tomko are going to try to talk to Christian to work with Kurt this time. JB says, AJ, I know you got to pee, but just try to hold it. Karen Angle taught me something about TCB, taking care of business. Tomko's not doing the deep breaths with JB and AJ, so. Don't you feel better? He's like, yeah, a little bit, but I'd feel better if Tomko went in first. Oh, they're going in, but Christian is on the phone. Let me call you back. Aw, Styles hugged him. Oh, he's slamming him against the wall, but it's choking him. You two make me sick. It takes you 3 weeks to come and face me? You stole a win and ran away from me.
Well, here's the thing. If anything, he did him a favor because AJ ended up being in the turkey suit. Could have been Cage in the chicken turkey suit.
It could have been. It could have been.
If I was AJ, I would have told him that. I'd be like, I lost for you.
I did this for you. The thing is, I realized something at a moment of clarity. I don't need the two of you. The two of you need me. As of now, as of this day, the Christian Coalition is no more. Oh no, Bob. It's official.
Oh, no.
November 29th, 2007, the Christian Coalition is officially done. Go kiss Kurt's ass. I'm done with you.
I don't know.
My Aunt B, I worked at her biscuit barn, and she was my boss. Christian says, I'm not your dad. He's like, well, I do look at you like a father figure. Would you embarrass your father the way you embarrassed me? Christian, please. We'll switch some pictures in your office. I'll do anything. Okay, so by the way, we were at 48 minutes and 18 seconds, which we are roughly over where we would have hit that 1 hour mark on TV. I feel like we're at kind of a weird part of the show for that. Did you just say he's going to get Karen? Yeah, because Tomko says, yeah, Kurt said he's not going to meet with you. Son of a bitch. Up next.
I feel like something, I don't know, something feels off. I don't think the coalition is going to be over with.
I don't know. Evil will be unleashed. Bob, a silent night massacre will unfold. We're seeing another turning point. And we're hyping up the 10,000 tag match a lot.
They're really hyping that up.
Now, I want to talk about this probably during the show when we watch it, so I'm going to mention this again. But do you think that at every pay-per-view, it's always got to just be the spooky guys fighting the spooky guys?
What was that?
Do all the spooky guys always have to just be fighting the other spooky guys?
Well, yeah. I mean, what else would you expect them to do?
I guess I don't know.
That's what they're there for. At some point here, Dallas, we're gonna have like 14 fucking spooky guys just because they have to be interchangeable with everybody.
Well, we're officially sitting down at a conference table. Christian, Karen, AJ is leading, JB's there, and Tomko is there as well. TNA and Mankind as a whole, the betterment, we're going to make this better for everyone. Karen, Christian. Please shake hands. Karen does not like this idea. Karen, you said you could be on both teams, so. Christian, at one point in time, you said I was like a son to you.
What is the age gap between AJ and Christian?
I don't know. Karen stood up to shake his hand. She didn't even just lean across the table. Now with the power invested in me, AJ says, now present to you the coalition, the alliance. The coalition alliance is a team. Okay, so the difference is roughly, it's about 4 years.
He's a father figure. He's 4 years older.
That's awesome.
That's like when my buddy Brett, who is older than me, he goes, "God, Bob, you're such like an older brother to me," and I'm like, "What?" Doesn't make any sense.
Christian just grabbed Karen and said, "Let me get one thing straight." He's going out there for one reason only, and that is to win. Business is business, right? That's what you always say. Let's get one thing clear. If you or Kurt try to screw me in any way, it's going to be the worst thing that either one of you could ever do. Nobody. Get your hands off me. And Karen leaves. Well, we are heading into Robert Roode versus Booker T now.
Okay,
Special challenge match.
I'm not dreading this. I'm actually kind of interested in this one.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. Speaking of people coming into TNA, Bob, and fun, I mean, we're dealing with Booker T right now, but someone else recently just got their release. Or I don't know how recent, I guess, but and that's Chris Masters. And I'm here to tell you that there doesn't seem to be any interest in him. So it doesn't matter. This is what I'm getting at.
Okay, wait. So 2007. That has to be that has to be wellness too, because I remember him getting busted and he got significantly smaller.
Yeah.
But then he came back and he was like kind of big again. But I'm assuming that was natural.
Here comes Booker T. Also, we've mentioned this before, but I don't know a better time to say it here too. But when we mentioned Judas Macias being here at TV, and people coming in and such like that. Well, also at TV was Sylvain Grenier, and we'd mentioned that before because he is officially the French language announcer, but there are no other plans past doing that job, so we will not see him as an on-air talent in ring.
Yeah, I'm pretty indifferent about Sylvain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. All right, Booker T's first match on Impact, but also his first singles match here in TNA, taking place right here with Robert Roode. The bell has rung. Earl Hebner is the referee.
the fans are heavy on Booker.
Booker T. Booker T. Backs Booker in the corner, but stopped and then gets slapped in the face by Booker. Couple forearm shots by Booker in the corner to Robert Roode. Little Irish whip action. Roode counters, but Booker counters.
Oh. That was a nice heel kick there by Booker.
Yeah, but he only got a 1 count on that one.
Well, if Earl would get down quicker, maybe we would get a near fall.
That's true, but we got a replay of it, so we at least got to see it again. Well, spine buster by Booker T, going for cover, but also kicked out by Robert Roode. Maybe Roode is being a little intimidated by being in there with a legend like Booker T.
I don't know if he's an intimidated guy. I feel like if I would be more intimidated by Samoa Joe than I am Booker T, and he held his own with Samoa Joe.
Oh.
I only say that because Samoa Joe is consistently and constantly just raging.
No, he doesn't always scream at the camera while he's doing interviews.
His face is not always just shaking with just pure just hatred.
Dripping with sweat and spit coming out of his mouth when he's talking. Kurt, I swear to God!
Every interview, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna choke the life out of your soul.
How long have Booker and Sharmell been together? Were they together for a long time before this? I know that's a weird thought, but
Okay, so that's a good question. So any of our any diehard wrestling fan, WCW fans for that matter, this is how I usually try to trace it. So Booker was married to a woman that was not Sharmell, and she appeared on the Nitro after Bash at the Beach 2000, where Booker had won his first world title. And I believe the date of that would have been July 10th, 2000. Sharmell was in the company around that time as Paisley with Kiwi. And I'm not going to suggest anything. I don't know. But the other wife was never heard of ever again shortly thereafter that appearance. So at this point, would assume they've been together for at least 5 years.
well, I'm trying to also look this up. First off, I don't know if I realized that she was Paisley. I don't know for sure. I cannot confirm or deny that.
Well, I mean, I can confirm that that she was Paisley.
I can't confirm if I remember that was her.
Well,
when I watched the stuff.
that was the case.
Well, he divorced his first wife on May 8th, 2001.
Okay, so yeah. So
wait. Wait, this is wild. The math is like just barely mathing. As you're noting, the Bash at the Beach thing, right?
Yeah.
Jarrett hit her in the head with a guitar on Nitro.
Right.
And that was... So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the date. So like you said, July 31st, 2000. Then they divorced May 8th, 2001. But then it notes, Booker married his girlfriend of 5 years, Sharmell, in February 2005. So so the math is not mathing very well. As Robert Roode grabs a steel chair here, Booker T ducks it. Another spinning heel kick, or just a heel kick, I guess. But
girlfriend for 5 years, but then
him and his first wife must have been separated for a little while.
Yeah, but not when she appeared.
Scissor kick. Oh, axe kick.
What?
Sorry, it's an axe kick. He called it that, and that's a 3 count.
You're welcome. I win. Scissor kick. All right. I mean, that wasn't really anything for Roode.
No, not really at all, to be honest. Oh, look at this, though. Oh my god, Christian Cage is attacking Booker T. Oh, so Sharma was a Nitro girl, too. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% about that.
Yeah, but that I don't. That's either 2000 or 99, late 99 maybe.
98.
98. She was a Nitro girl.
Yeah. And look, Kaz is out here. The KAZ. KAZ throws Robert Roode out, and I believe Booker T threw Christian Cage out. Yeah, and Tracy's looking impressed. By the way, I want to call out the number one fan for Robert Roode was not sitting ringside, but they did show her in the back of the impact zone, watching Tracy and Robert Roode from afar, and that's because Tracy attacked her last week.
Whoa.
Look at this
Yeah, the
KZ
KZ.
getting a rub. Scott Steiner being interviewed backstage here.
I was going to say, KZ getting the rub.
Why am I in an 8-man tag? I don't want no friends. I have no friends. I don't like my partners. He calls her Carmen. She goes, Crystal. He's Carmen. And why Jim Cornette hasn't given me a world title shot. You're going to get your title shot if you grab the case that has the pass for a world title shot. I have no idea what you're talking about. So he doesn't even know the match he's in. Feast or fired. She's saying 12 guys. The ad says 15, just for the record.
Okay.
So all I gotta do is get a little box and get the world title shot? Well, the fourth box has a year fired certificate in it. Someone's gonna fire me? Who's got the balls to fire me? Jim Cornette? I'll tell you what. Since you're so impressed by Sterling Prank, and I'll impress you how I get a world title shot.
I hope Scott Steiner becomes the X Division champion.
Okay. I don't know who wins the 2007 Feast or Fired or loses it.
I don't remember either.
But historically, that's the kind of shit that happens. Almost always. Yes, turning point. Bob, I have another note for you here before the main event. There's nothing new on Sting as of this writing, as far as the definitive of whether or not he will or won't sign. There's nothing planned for him, and they've already have the January pay-per-view show largely booked. So if he signs, he will probably be kept off until the spring and given a big reintroduction.
You said that was for Sting?
Yes.
Why do we do that every time? Reintroductions, as if we forgot who he is.
New audience, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my! Give me a break.
No, and while we're seeing a video of Gal and Kong, I'll give you my final note, which is about Kurt Angle as we head toward the main event.
Well, but one other thing here about Sting too. What's absolutely nuts is that this was also happening even in WCW. Like he'd wrestle 7 months and then he'd be gone for 3 or 4, and then it'd be like, "Remember Sting?" like,
Remember
oh
him?
yeah, oh I forgot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back in the Impact Zone, but New Japan has talked with TNA about building to a Kurt Angle match in the spring with a Japanese wrestler who isn't Tanahashi or Yuji Nagata, both of whom it's been talked about for Angle to face on a singles match in early 2008. Not sure the name of who it is, but it was a new name just suggested, and Dave says, my best guess is it's Nakamura. Since he's getting a push as the head of a new faction, that name should sound familiar to a lot of people. So, kind of a fun thing to hear about. They just made the match official, by the way, on screen. James Storm versus Eric Young happening at Turning Point. And now we're going through all the other matches now again, but... By the way, that was my final note. Oh, no, it's not. I lied. Sorry, Bob. I have one more note for you. It's a quick one. I'll just say it. Remember Consequences Creed? He appeared at one pay-per-view? Well, he's apparently officially signed now. Oh. New match. Christian Cage and Robert Roode versus Kaz and Booker T as well. I like that.
I do too, but that's clearly a tag match where they're like, we're dragging this out because we don't want to do singles matches.
Yep. Sure is. Oh, and here we go. Christian Cage coming out. We're about to go into the main event. We were at 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 15 seconds. I love that Christian went backstage to go put his entrance gear on because he was just out here, got thrown out of the ring.
Hey, I'm wondering too, as I say this, if it plays a factor in any kind of like the order in which they record things, because a lot of times in TNA that will happen where the guy is in the previous segment in the ring, and then he has to do an entrance. Like right here, why wouldn't you just keep him in the ring?
Well, I can tell you if there's at least time between those matches, because I have the match order. Hang on 1 second. So, without spoiling it for myself, no. It literally is Booker T against Robert Roode and then this match. So, at least according to the tape order that was being reported in the Observer, no, it's literally back to back.
Yeah, I mean,
now could they have maybe filmed some random in-ring segment we've already seen between? Maybe, I guess. So possibly that, but. Oh boy, here comes Kurt Angle. Christian Cage, Tomko, AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle all working together. Can it happen? I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that Kurt Angle is still rising from underneath the stage, by the way. Here comes Kurt Angle, his wife Karen following behind him.
oh my God, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash haven't even been on the show, right?
No, holy crap.
As soon as like Don West just said that, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I haven't even seen either one of them.
Maybe at the end of this match or something?
It can't not be on the show.
Well, although, wait a second, I just made this weird connection. Maybe they weren't at this day of the tapings. Maybe they were only on day one. Because day one includes the first show we saw, which they were on. And last week, which was the Turkey Bowl, was the main event, and they appeared after the main event, which was taped on the first day.
My head's spinning now. day 1, day 3, day 2, like episode 1.
I'm thinking they only were at the day 1 of the 2 tapings.
You might be right. And that would make sense as to the order of things being filmed, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because maybe they knew that was the case. So they're like, okay, we want to do this segment after the Turkey Bowl thing. So we will wow, this is all just making sense now. Scott Steiner, we have not seen without his brother in quite some time. He's in this match here.
Done.
I was wondering.
Oh, wait a minute. What if Rick is in the Feast or Fired and he just gets fired?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. We're at a weird spot even for Scott Steiner. So I'm kind of wondering if we might lose Scott. But you're definitely right. We could do something like that for, like, oh my God, the Steiner brothers. They're going to want that tag team title match. And then Rick gets fired. The new monster Rellik. And here comes Samoa Joe. Wow, we were wasting so much time with entrances.
I was just going to say that after Kurt went down, because I was like, oh my God, we still have fucking 4 more guys.
This is a lot of entrances.
Come out and do this. Over the Hillers. That's funny.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Well, they're there backstage, but that doesn't mean anything.
That means nothing. That could have just been something they did backstage on day 1 for a pre-tape, and just pretend like you're watching this monitor.
Well, we'll find out if they come out after this match for any reason, but Steiner and Styles starting out.
Yeah, our main event is starting here with 14 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the program. Now, if this is any indicator as to last week, with the amount of time in between commercial breaks, this could potentially have anywhere between maybe at max 3 commercial breaks.
It could. Tomko, get him. He tags Tomko in. I like that Tomko's entire time here in TNA. He's just like mad at everyone else. He's like annoyed with AJ, but then like still puts up with him. Did Styles just get thrown in the ring on accident?
He fell into the ring because he was so excited.
Because he wants to be tagged in. Oh, he tagged back out. Oh, Steiner ducked the chopper elbow by Tomko, and I was chopping him a few times in the corner. Irish whip comes back, gives him a big clothesline. Okay, now Samoa Joe has control of Tomko. High knee in the corner. Look at this.
All the Nash still watching. I wonder if that's the same recording.
Honestly, dude.
Inserted as split screen.
That'd be so funny. Wild swings here by Tomko. Okay, he tags in the Monster Abyss, Kaz that is, and they're holding Tomko in the corner, and Abyss got a few shots in. Tomko trying to mount a comeback here. Into the corner, elbow to Abyss by Tomko as he ran at him. Comes back, gets hit with a big boot. I'm expecting Abyss to be taken out by like Black Rain or some crap, so I'm expecting that any moment.
I mean, Abyss is not leaving this match without being attacked by
Right?
Rellik, which is Killer backwards,
Yeah.
and Black Rain, which is Dustin Rhodes' split personality.
It's funny because like Abyss being in this match makes no sense, and I would say Scott Steiner also makes about no sense. Everyone else, at least there's been a connection in recent weeks.
Right, recent week. I mean, it's such a reach, but I mean, Abyss and Kurt a couple months ago had a pay-per-view match.
You're not wrong. Steiner is a real outlier, I feel like.
Steiner, yes, because that encounter was like winter of, or like early spring of 2007 with him and Kurt, right? The Destination X.
Yes.
And I'm focusing just really on Kurt. I mean, Steiner and AJ had that on the amateur deal. You know.
No, okay, you're right. The amateur thing. No, okay. So there was it. Okay, fine.
I don't think I get what you're saying
No.
though, but it's like the other three are very much more recent. But there is.
But they just had the tag team title match. I forgot about it already.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm wrong. It just feels weird for the current story that is happening. There's a recent connection, but it's not really one that's been focused on since we've passed it. But that's okay. Monster Abyss just slammed AJ Styles down on the mat. AJ holding the foot of Abyss, who's dragging him across the ring to be able to get the tag against Scott Steiner. Overhead belly to belly suplex to AJ. And one to Tomko as well. And one to Kurt. Is Christian going to get one as well? And yes, he does. Dude, it's the original Suplex City right here. His name's Scott Steiner. Look at this. He put Christian Cage up on his shoulders. Is he going to do the Steiner? Oh, no. He's doing the Doomsday Device, but with a drop kick as Kaz comes off the top. And Christian falls down to the mat. Kaz just ducked Angle with a kick. I don't even think Kurt is the legal. Who is legal right now?
I feel like they never know.
Kaz just pinned Angle, and I don't think either of them are legal. Oh, no, Kaz tagged in. Sorry. Kaz tagged him when they just did the Doomsday. But Kurt makes no sense. Kurt was not legal, I don't think. Although heel team, I guess you could pretend. Oh, we're going to commercials. Christian just used a knee lift on Kaz, who sold it like it was his life depended on it. And we're back from commercial, and it is Christian and Kaz in the ring, so I guess Christian's legal now. Officially. Christian gets hit with a dropkick as he comes off the middle rope.
I like how Tomko's offense is during the commercial break.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt just tagged in Christian on his back.
Oh,
Christian doesn't look thrilled.
of course not.
Yeah, Kurt is going after Kaz here in the middle of the ring now. Even goes for a cover, but that's a kick out. Meteoric rise. The words you used, Don. Kurt's got his arms around the waist of Kaz as they're hyping up his match at Turning Point that we just got announced before this with Booker T against Roode and Christian.
Okay. Well, I thought the match was about to fall apart, and then I would have no idea who was legal. But it looks like we're somehow Rudy Charles is maintaining order.
I
with
don't know
8
how
men.
he did it.
He's had a hard time when there's like 3 guys in the ring, let alone 8.
Yeah, he held that one together pretty good right there. I'm not gonna lie. Tomko here he's getting a lot of in-ring time during this match as he's hitting Kaz with some knees to the midsection. Little snap there. And slaps him in the back. That's it. Just a little slap. Irish whips Kaz in the corner, but gets a boot to Tomko as he ran at him. And we're going to hit a tornado DDT out of the corner? Yeah, we are. Look at this replay of this tornado DDT. Okay, Joe is in the ring now again, and he is knocking everyone down. He's working at AJ now, who gets Irish whip, ducks the clothesline. Joe comes back with a running knee. Sets up Christian for the muscle buster.
Yeah, power slam. And remember, Samoa Joe's pinned Scott Steiner once with that. Okay, kicked out. Oh, man. Olympic slam by Kurt.
And Kurt gets hit with a black hole slam in the middle of the ring. Tomko runs at him and about to get hit with a choke slam, but counters it. Double hand choke slam to Abyss. Steiner, overhead belly to belly suplex to Tomko. And now Christian, reverse DDT to Scott Steiner. Wave of the future. Wow, dude, we're hitting all of our stuff here. Styles, moonsault, reverse DDT to Kaz. AJ premature celebration gets choked by Samoa Joe, but is stopped by Christian Cage. Now Christian and Styles working together, Irish whipping Joe. Comes back, kicks Christian, pokes Styles in the eye there. The Unprettier. And Styles accidentally hits Christian with the Pele kick. Styles knocked out of the ring, and guess what this means?
No way.
Samoa Joe is setting up for the Muscle Buster, and right in the middle of the ring. And that is a 3-count. Samoa Joe gets the win for his team on Christian.
Now, here's the thing. I mean, for 2 years, basically, Christian was protected so much.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And now he's here. Not that it's nothing to sneeze at to lose to Samoa Joe by any means.
True.
But for the guys on that team, I mean, AJ, Tomko, and Kurt, out of the 3, I mean, I don't think Christian would be the guy I would think to be taking the pin out of the 4.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, but
are they there, though?
Dude, that looks like it's filmed differently.
It might be cut away. Yeah. Because there isn't the angle that is showing.
So it's Hall and Nash, by the way, and Samoa Joe is on the turnbuckle kind of pointing at him. Crash Anthem's favorite things is ending us here with a video package. That was weird. I think that was filmed differently. I wonder if it says in the notes. Usually I skip the sections about the shows, mostly to avoid spoilers, but as we're getting our end video package here, I will check. Bob, what did you think of that show?
I would say that was very good. I thought it was it was a very strong go home show. I think for me, Russ, like match wise, the street fight was good. Had a bunch of big spots. Booker and Roode was probably a bit underwhelming just because Roode didn't really get a whole lot in. I kind of wish it was more competitive. I mean, literally this replay that we are seeing, his offense, the offense that Roode got displayed in that was a forearm.
Yeah.
On Booker T.
I mean, that's fair.
And then the 8-man tag. I mean, you had pretty much all your major players in there. So I would say this was a strong go home show and a good way to kind of promote Turning Point. I have really no problem with that.
Well, I agree. I thought this was a very solid show. Definitely a thumbs up from me. I am here back to report, by the way, that I don't have this episode's breakdown in the notes because it's probably on our next one that's going to be post Turning Point. I'm trying to see if there's any reference about the Outsiders coming back, but it's quite long. So I don't know, but it was a weird cut at the end of the show. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's suspicious just because I feel like a camera angle would have been from Joe's back to the Outsiders to make it clear that they are acknowledging each other. And
and normally they do that.
And they didn't do that.
Yeah, definitely agree with there. But yeah, solid show. We have a Turning Point in just 3 days. And as Bob said, pretty solid card. I'm assuming we know most of it. I can't even pretend to check. So I'm assuming we know most of the card, but we've talked about it about 17 times during the show today. And we're about to watch it in just a few days. So I'm definitely excited about that. And it's our final pay-per-view of 2007, which is a pretty big deal.
So our next episode is, in fact, Turning Point 2007, which took place on December 2nd, 2007. And as a result, that will be released on December 2nd, 2025. Because as Dallas has liked to have the theme of this show, the episode comes out 18 years to the day. And on that show, we'll have the 6-man tag main event where the Angle Alliance will take on the Outsiders and Samoa Joe. We have 10,000 tacks. We've got Kim and Kong again. And Feast or Fired is a major encounter. And then also that was announced Booker T and the KAZ against Christian Cage and Robert Roode, plus a whole lot more the tables match as well with the Machine Guns and Lethal against Divine and Team 3D and so much more. So be sure to join us for Turning Point 2007. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.